We control the vertical.
No!
We control the horizontal.
Oh, come on, he's just blinded Alexis.
We control Haggar Stadium.
This is disgusting.
And we control CWA.
CWA is under occupation. We need help.
But don't look away. Tonight, for your entertainment and ours, we open the doors to anyone who thinks they can stop us. Blood is bigger than Capcom.
Well, not a lot has changed in the last week. You're just joining us. The situation is very clear. CWA went on a world tour, a crash carnival around the globe, visiting the various nations of the world. And in our absence, this organization, this rogue federation, has taken control of our home, Haggar Stadium. Rip Saber in the military green, Kamala the bouncer wearing the white hat, and in the center, the Wraith. And they are the Blood Wrestling Association, a rogue federation who has laid siege to Haggar Stadium. They have maintained the building in lockdown. They have, of course, allowed the crowd in to some degree, and I guess what they're doing here would be pointless if they didn't have an audience. They have, of course, hijacked our broadcast. It's not up to the usual standards, I'm sorry, but those that are here are working under duress. I've been told to describe what I'm seeing. I'm going to do my best to just try to do my job and keep you informed. I don't know what they really intend to do here, but I guess the message off the top was clear that we're going to start letting some people in here. They've been keeping the muscle bombers of CWA out of the building. They've kept everyone out of the building. Some sense of order is being restored here, and well, okay. Well, here's a guy who could maybe make a difference. Here comes Birdie. And maybe, just maybe, we can turn this thing around. Of course, last week, BWA really ambushed everybody and left Alexei Zalazov suffering from vision impairment. Commissioner Haggar has been hospitalized with injuries as a result of the beating he sustained from Rip Saber and Kamala the bouncer. Maybe Birdie can come in here and do something. It looks like we're going to have an actual match. You can see BWA has brought with them their own official. I don't know what that counts for. I don't really know what the purpose of this entire situation is, as Kamala the bouncer picks Birdie up, deadlifts him from the ground, from the mat. Drops him down. Of course, during the Crash Carnival, these two actually met in the main event at Canada a few weeks ago when Kamala the bouncer and Rip Saber joined CWA. We thought that they were just going to be two acquisitions for CWA, two Canadian, superstar muscle bombers who would further round out our international roster. We assembled quite a group, including Birdie, over the course of our world tour. Little did we realize that there was something going on back at home, that Haggar Stadium was under siege, was being taken over in a hostile takeover by Blood Wrestling Association, BWA. As Kamala bends Birdie backwards over his knee. That's not a good situation, but Birdie endures. Birdie is a powerful individual, more of a brawler, but that could really suit him considering the situation we found ourselves in. It may take a brawler to beat these marauders as Kamala the bouncer goes to the top rope. Evil intentions, no. And Birdie takes advantage. And thank goodness. Bless you, Birdie. The British brawler, one half of the 500 trillion powers, He has a win over Kamala the Bouncer. He was able to defeat Kamala when we were in Canada. Perhaps Kamala has harbored some grudge, and wait a second. BWA now flocking here at ringside right in front of us. I don't like the look of this. Rip Saber and the Wraith. Man, the Wraith. I don't know about that guy. He's different. Modified power slam. You can see our spare announcer's desk being cleared by Kamala. I don't like the look of that. He slams Birdie to the edge of the ring. That is arguably the hardest part of the ring, the edge of the mat. Beneath that canvas there is unforgiving planks of wood. And right there at the corner is the strongest part of the ring. Oh my, there's that poison mist! That poison mist which left Alexei Salazov suffering vision impairment. Somehow Birdie kicks out. And who knows what is in that poison mist. Now he has the steel ring steps. Unforgiving metal. Steel. But Birdie able to cut it off. Kamala now with the bear hug. Presumably the BWA ref keeping a close eye on Birdie. But Birdie will not give up that easily. Able to fight his way out. Nice clothesline. Back body drop, and maybe Birdie rallying here. Finding another gear with a spinebuster slam. Hooks the leg. Only two. Birdie stepping into no man's land. He's really between all the BWA guys there. This is looking for a spear maybe, but looked like Kamala had it blocked. Kamala's a big man. That's a lot of weight coming down as he steps to the second rope. Birdie wants to be careful here. Absorbs some kind of headbutt. Maybe was able to position his body so it didn't impact him too severely. There's a spear takedown. All right. And a headbutt from Birdie. One of his trademarks, the Wraith. Wraith is on the apron. Not quite sure what the Wraith is intending there. I don't know what he's objecting to. I don't quite understand what is going on in the mind of the Wraith beneath that cloak. He is a very eerie individual. Looks like Birdie has Kamala on the ropes. There's that headbutt. Punk rock mentality from Birdie. The Wraith on the apron again briefly, but now Birdie with the cover. Yeah, I thought he might have had him. Birdie going to the outside, and looks like Rip Saber dangerously close. Well, Birdie is really contending with all three of these BWA members here. This is tantamount to a lumberjack match. These two guys really having a presence, and there's a low blow from Kamala. Down south, ref doesn't... Well, the BWA ref counting that clearly an illegal move, the low blow. I don't understand that, but hey, Birdie's not on his own. Here comes Titan the Great, the other half of the 500 trillion powers. These guys are a tremendous British tag team. Would have been nice to see them fighting together. I'm sure it's BWA's intention to keep them separate. And it looks like Rip Saber is probably going to be the man to face Titan the Great. I don't quite understand what the format is here. I don't understand a lot about this situation. BWA have kept the building in lockdown over the past week. Of course, they've let the fans come and go. They've let some of us come and go, but they've been very stringent in keeping the majority of the muscle bombers out, clearly filtering in some of these guys for matches. To what end, I don't know. What is the purpose of these matches exactly? I don't really understand that. I don't really understand how authorities can just regard this as not really their problem. Another fine moment of apathy from the Metro City Police Department. Our beloved mayor, the Commissioner Mike Haggar, suffering a hospitalization, but apparently that's not a criminal matter as far as Metro City PD is concerned. Metro City's finest. Give me a break. Titan the Great taking it to Rip Saber, though. And I gotta believe there is hope. As long as there are matches, perhaps there's hope, and maybe Titan the Great's gonna be the one to turn this around. We have a format, we have structure. We didn't have that last week. As Titan stomps away on Rip Saber. Well, the Wraith getting a little too close for my comfort. I don't understand the Wraith. He is a very bizarre individual. But apparently this hostile takeover of Haggar Stadium here in Metro City, just not a matter for the police. As far as they're concerned, they say this is a matter for the organizations to determine. I don't see how that makes any damn sense at all. This is the circumstance that we find ourselves in. Rip Saber dives over the rope, misses Titan the Great, and now Titan's using the steel chair, giving BWA a little taste of their own medicine as he slams that steel chair into the spine, into the back, into the knee of Rip Saber. And it couldn't happen to a nicer guy as far as I'm concerned. Now wait a second, the Wraith is getting involved here. The Wraith has no business being involved in this match. The Wraith is throwing punches now, attacking Titan the Great from behind. And what is the ref even here to do? Kamala the Bouncer just threw a chair into the ring. Rip Saber has the steel stairs. The Wraith is lurking still. What is the purpose of this referee? Is he just here to count the 3? Oh no, chokeslam! The Wraith just chokeslammed Titan the Great! A 7'9" individual chokeslammed by the dark individual known as the Wraith. And now the Wraith is still throwing those big spooky hands. I don't know what the Wraith is. He's almost supernatural. Rip Saber is using the steel chair. Kamala the Bouncer telling the crowd to get a good look at this. Yeah, get a nice look. It's just ridiculous. Titan the Great there with that flipping move. Looks like Kamala the Bouncer now getting the attentions of Titan the Great. Titan really needs to stay focused. How he does that, I don't know, because really, what is the target? Focus on Rip Saber, leave your back to Kamala and the Wraith. Turn to Kamala, leave it to Rip Saber. This whole thing is just a charade. Well, Rip Saber may be thinking twice about using the steel stairs. He's really got his, he's got spoiled for choice here. Apparently he can do just about anything. And now, Titan distracted once again by Kamala the Bouncer. You gotta stay focused, buddy. If there's any chance of winning a match here, in BWA rules, you gotta do it in the ring. You gotta do it against Rip Saber. And Rip now looking for the cover, the Canadian Commando, but Titan the Great kicking straight out of it, only one. I gotta admit, I'm impressed, but we know Titan the Great can go. He has been a consistent force since the return of CWA. Had a regular presence throughout the Crash Carnival. What's this move here? Rip Saber showing tremendous strength. A press slam into a power slam, a spine buster almost. But still, Titan the Great able to kick out. Unbelievable. Titan the Great is really fighting for CWA's honor. Maybe to drive these BWA scumbags back under whatever rock they crawled out from under. But Rip Saber, no slouch in the ring, able to unleash that combination of strikes, and now the cover. Only two. Titan is holding on. He's holding his ground, but he rolls to the outside, and well, that's where the Sharks are. Those Sharks are circling the ring. Right now, Kamala and the Wraith staying over on their side, leaving it to Rip to deal with his opponent. And deal with him he has. Doesn't look like this referee has any intention of making the count out. Now Rip Saber directing traffic over to where Kamala and the Wraith are. Kamala right now just allowing this to continue, not even, just totally unconcerned, trusting his fate to Rip Saber as Rip here dominates Titan the Great, but Titan is fighting back now. He's fighting back. Front face lock. Gets him up for a vertical suplex. And I guess, well, I'm being told, I guess we have to go to a commercial break. I suppose we're still doing that. We'll be right back.
This is gonna be fun. I'm still on a journey.
Come get some.
Traveling to new places, experiencing new things, meeting new faces, having good fights. Fight, drink, eat, sleep, repeat. Seriously, it's a good life. I'll pick up the check.
One more. Time for a beatdown. Are you okay? What's your fault? Yeah, baby. Hey.
Now, where to tomorrow?
Well, no surprise really that during that break, BWA using the numbers advantage, using the weapons to really decimate Titan the Great. Kamala the Bouncer using the steel steps A little too much to hope for that maybe he was going to let Rip Saber and Titan go one-on-one. And I gotta wonder, what is the purpose of these matches? Because this just seems to be a complete farce, a complete charade. This is a 3-on-1 assault as Kamala gets involved once again. Rip Saber taking over again, but I mean, technically this is a one-on-one matchup, Rip Saber and Titan, but so far that doesn't seem to be of great concern to this ring official, the BWA. We're playing by BWA rules. You can see there in the ring, emblazoned in the center is the 3-skulled, the death's head symbols with the cobra there. The BWA, those green letters. And somewhere in the darkest corners of this arena, the BWA leader, the Astro, is watching this and probably smiling. He's probably taking great joy in seeing Rip Saber drop those steel steps across the head of Titan the Great. And now Rip throwing him into the barricade, into these guardrails. And Titan, I don't think Titan has a whole lot left, if I'm totally honest. I don't want to give up faith. I don't want to lose hope, but the situation feels hopeless. And for everything we endured last week, after what we're enduring right now, there is some premise of a match here, of some organization, but I just find this entire exercise a joke. We're back in the ring for whatever good that does. Charging punch from Rip Saber. This is probably it. Well, Titan is really impressing me with his tenacity, but he has endured so much. Another flying, charging punch, and there's the cover. Referee all too happy to make the count. And I suppose Rip Saber is the winner here. And Kamala is enjoying that. Well, another lamb to the slaughter, perhaps, or maybe it's Sheep the Royal. And boy, I would love to believe that Sheep the Royal is the guy that's going to come out here and save CWA as the Wraith gets into the ring. But gee whiz, I mean, I don't know. I mean, if anybody could do it, it's probably Sheep the Royal. This guy is a madman. He lives a post-apocalyptic style of life. A post-apocalyptic mindset. He won't be intimidated by BWA's tactics here. This is how he carries himself in life, and he is prepared as he comes out here with this grim visage of his helmet and armor. He's gonna need that stuff. I wouldn't be taking that off. All part of the ritual for Sheep the Royal, though. I don't know if he's going to intimidate BWA, but they should maybe take heed. Sheep the Royal will put his own body on the line, put himself on the line in ordinary circumstances. Who knows what he will do here? Seemingly no rules. I don't know if is the referee going to call the disqualification? If it's Sheep the Royal, I don't know, but Sheep charging in there. Oh my, the Wraith. The Wraith is squeezing his skull. He's squeezing his head. The Wraith really unsettles me. Hooks the leg. Well, who knows? That could have been it. The Wraith really getting Sheep the Royal maybe by surprise, as Sheep is now in amongst the dogs, the wild dogs that are the BWA. Standing in the wolf's den, the lion's den. But right now it's all the Wraith. Hoists him up with a chokehold. Referee doesn't bat an eyelid, of course. Sheep taking it back to the ring. Look out, look out! Rip Saber putting hands on Sheep. Content just to throw him back into the ring with the Wraith. And it concerns me the faith that he has in the Wraith. Sheep the Royal able to fight out of the chokehold. Gets him up on his shoulders. Fireman carry. What's this? Nice Samoan drop from the Aussie. Wraith diving through the air, but it looks like he didn't get any of it. Drives the knee into the midsection of Sheep the Royal, now off the ropes. Neither man able to make anything of it. Now it's the Wraith who has Sheep up and drops him. Snake Eyes in the corner on the turnbuckle. And I think this is another ad. We'll be right back. And Sheep the Royal holding the Wraith up in that Canadian backbreaker, Australian backbreaker, but the Wraith able to get out of it, fights his way out of it, and the chaos continues here in Haggar Stadium. That low sweep getting Sheep the Royal off his feet, and now an overhead choke toss. Unbelievable. Throwing Sheep the Royal like a rag doll. That is the uncanny, eerie power of the Wraith. Well, they're out here in front of us, heading towards us. Better watch out, gentlemen. The Wraith is slamming Sheep the Royal's head into the announce desk. And now drops him Snake Eyes on the edge of the ring, that hard wooden edge of the ring. But Sheep, almost unfazed. This man is operating on another wavelength. He's a different breed, and he's back in the ring. I'm sorry, well, I'm told that our broadcast just cut out for a second there. The signal, I mean, BWA have really taken over things, but they've reduced Saturday Night Slam Masters to a little more than a pirate signal at this point. I really must apologize. There's nothing I can do. We're on limited staff right now. BWA clearly getting to grips with the technology involved. I don't know much about this rogue organization, this rogue federation. I know that Sheep the Royal is taking the fight to the Wraith, though. Spinning scoop slam. And the ref just totally ignoring it. The pin. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now Rip Saber just helping himself. Honestly, what is the point of this? Rip Saber getting in Sheep the Royal's face and just causing the distraction. Referee does not give a damn. These guys can do as they please. This is a 3-on-1 match. What is even the point of this? The ritual of the match is really just completely he's choking him. That is a blatant choke. That is a blatant choke. The referee doesn't care. Rings the bell. Well, no, yeah, big surprise. The Wraith wins by a legal choke. How does that make sense? Make sense of that one, if you will. Sheep the Royal unable to breathe, let alone continue the match, having the oxygen squeezed out of his throat. His throat collapsed. Well, here comes Mysterious Budo. And we've seen him overcome considerable odds, but I don't know if Budo can do this. I want to believe that he's the guy. I want to believe that all these guys, maybe if the 500 trillion powers, if Sheep and Royal and Budo, if they could have worked together, maybe they could have overcome the BWA numbers game, but right now it's a 3-on-1, match after match. And I'm a little bit sickened by this whole charade. Budo is making Haggar Stadium his own, though, and maybe he could reclaim Haggar Stadium for CWA. This guy was cheated at the International Blowout out of being the #1 contender. He's been dealing with the United and Mighty, the 3-on-1. In that case, he's, for the most part, had the better of it, but BWA is a different story. Even as much as the United and Mighty will stoop to underhanded tactics, they're not quite the legal force that BWA has become, and here comes the leader. Perhaps Astro himself wishes to dispatch with Mysterious Budo. Perhaps Astro recognizes the threat that Mysterious Budo could pose to BWA. There is an eerie, uncanny energy in this building. Astro looks to me like his hands, his forearms are glowing. Mysterious Budo is an eerie enough customer himself. The Wraith, I don't quite understand any of this, to be honest. Whatever happened to a wrist lock, to a collar and elbow tie-up? Yeah, right, not here. And they're going to square up, I guess. It's going to happen.
Why are you here, demon? Is it to fight me? Or because deep within your black heart, you know you aren't like
They're
them?
talking.
I saw what was taken from you at the International Blowout. What they allowed to happen. There is no mystery here. You are one of us. Blood is thicker than Capcom.
They're not fighting, they're just talking. And I couldn't quite make out what the Astro was saying. But why is Budo leaving? Budo is walking out. He's not even going to fight? That's not like Mysterious Budo. What did Astro say to him? Is Budo one of them? What?
You are now entering the hellhole.